Alex Answer here on July 10th, 2015, getting ready to go on a brief camping trip. And in previous camping trips, I have made the mistake of overpacking my bag. And in this case, I'm trying to retrain myself to carrying lighter loads. Now, mind you, I am trying to have a little bit of everything, and you're going to notice some things that you might see some things missing. And feel free to leave some suggestions down in the comments section. There are certain lightweight items that can be really invaluable if we're stuck out in the woods. But I'm not preparing to be stuck out in the woods. However, I am taking certain precautions and carrying certain things that I know can get me through a couple of days. And so I have just enough for a few days in terms of food. And instead of carrying, a bunch of water with me, plastic bottles of water, Nestle water, like a lot of people do, I have a water container. And I'm going somewhere where the water quality is good, to where I can literally just fill this up, this collapsible 3 to 5 gallon water container, fill it up, and this is a really invaluable tool. So let's go over some of the stuff, one by one. Let's start with the food items. Chia seeds, really good for energy and nutrition. They mix with water, and I've got a water container somewhere else. Freeze-dried eggs are really good for something to eat for breakfast on the way out. I'm not going to be taking meat with me or anything that's going to attract any mountain lions or bears. Unlike other camping trips, where I usually bring taco meat and tortillas. Not this time. Not this time. This time, I'm exercising a little bit of discipline. I'm going to show you how easy it is to cook and prepare quinoa. A lot of people don't want to take the time to cook a grain. This is a very nutritious grain. And I'm probably carrying like 1/4 of a pound here. Can you hear that? That's not a lot of weight. Quinoa is a densely packed, highly nutritious superfood that has all 8 essential amino acids. This is a Stanley coffee mug with the stainless steel interior. This is ideal for your oatmeal, for your mountain house, for your freeze-dried. I am going to experiment for the first time and attempt to cook quinoa with this. And so I will be boiling hot water through a number of attempted means, perhaps over a fire. There's a small pot I have here. Let me show you. Not very big. And this goes with it. This will be for the eggs. In addition to this, I'm going to be bringing a metal spork. This is the only electronic item and this is a SunTap, several items in one. You have your, let me see if I can get a little juice here. There we go. So you've got a really annoying sound device that's wind up and solar power, and you got AM, FM, and the Weather Channel, or Weather News. So it's a valuable little tool. This is a K-Bar. I've had this for years. It's probably one of the more higher quality knives that I have owned throughout my life. I've owned several K-Bar knives in my life. These retail for about $100, or at least they did a couple years ago. And so this is a multi-use knife, of course, with a carrying case, with a sheath. And that is going to be going in the kit. This is an inner layer. Usually I wear these in the winter. I've hung on to this particular one for 4 or 5 years. This has my energy on it. I've had this for years. This is great when it gets cold. This is Colorado. It could be a cold night even though it's July. Here are my rain pants. Okay, I'm not going to be leaving those. I also have a poncho. I also have like a blue version of the raincoat. I have several flashlights that I'm going to be taking with me. All of these need battery replacements. And so I am going to be taking at least several of these flashlights. And here's a headlamp. I'm taking a little bit of superfood with me. So I'm going to take what is in here, some of it, and put it in a smaller container here. I'm going to replace my propane canister. This is empty with a new one as a backup. And I think certain things are worth taking with you. And this is a little stove here with a couple other things that go with it. Here's some rope, inexpensive rope. Has a lot of important uses, a lot of valuable uses. I'm sure cayenne pepper has some uses as well, perhaps not this much, but I don't know, maybe you're going to find yourself in a situation like Cool Hand Luke. Who knows, maybe cayenne pepper might come in handy. Here's a brush, here's a shovel. I am going to be getting a nice camp shovel, although that is more weight. I'm scoping out some bug out locations. A shovel is an invaluable tool, but I'm going to scope out my location first. In the meantime, I'm going to have a little garden shovel with me. Here's a compass, and in addition to that, I'm going to be printing out the map to the trail that I'm going on to make sure I'm going in the proper direction. Signal mirror, or mirror for shaving, or other purposes. And this is a mask for the face, invaluable during winter months. Toothbrush and toothbrush holder. Waterproof matches and case. Smaller knife, great for cutting rope. Organic mosquito repellent. Bungee cord. Small can opener right here in a little tin case. Imitation Swiss Army knife. Water tablets. Emergency fishing kit. We are almost done. A little more insect repellent here. I'm trying to make sure everything ends up on camera as I briefly go through this. Empty canister. Who knows what might need to go inside it. One other thing that I could use is a dive bag, a waterproof dive bag. I don't have that here. Or other things that could be invaluable, like walkie-talkies, GPS, other electronics, because I'm going lightweight. Because for years I've gone heavier in my weight. And I think it is better to go out and enjoy ourselves with less stuff. Because it's not really about the stuff. It's about getting out in nature. But I have added a few other items. This is a chain. It's called Manruku Gosari. It's a Japanese weapon that was used against the samurai. And it was used to take the samurai specifically off their horses. Farming peasants would use this chain to try to disarm the samurai. Typically it comes with a weight on each side, but after years of hitting trees with this and practicing certain strikes with this, the other weight is gone. But I keep this with me in case I need to keep an animal or a human at a distance away from me. And being able to swing a chain and strike with a chain it's an invaluable skill to have. And who knows, this might be great for putting your food up so a bear can't get it. Obviously, chain is stronger than string. So having chain around in general, not a bad idea. Not just for self-defense. On the topic of self-defense, I'm going to be speaking more about the extendable 16 to 17 inch spring baton, which will be made available at the offgridco.com store. This is a well-known Harbor Freight flashlight. LED. Very affordable. Wouldn't it be a bad idea to get a whole pack of these? That's going in there as well. This is a bag, by the way, that I've had since 2008. That I've had with me on so many travels. In fact, when I left Portland the first time in 2011 and took a job in Dallas, and then went to Colorado, then went to Kansas City, then went back to Portland, then came back to Colorado, this has been around. This has been around the block. There are better packs up there to get, but this is a pack that I've had for over 7 years now. And it shows that if we take care of something and we care about something and we keep it within our eye, it can last a really long time. Here's a portable sleeping bag that I acquired when I first came to Colorado in 2013. And this is the basic tent kit. It's not really put together nice and neat, but it's going to get shoved in the backpack along with this array of items. There's a lot more things I can add to this. There are some things that you would add to this. There are some things that you would not take in this. You might not take this, and you might not take this, and you might go for some other smaller items. But get used to going out and carrying 50 pounds, 60 pounds, 70 pounds. Give your legs a good workout. Get to know how to use your stuff. Get to know how to really appreciate your stuff and be grateful for it and what it can do for you to extend your life and secure your survival. You know, a tool like this can help me make several meals. Many uses for a shovel, including digging out your own survival hideaway shelter. If you're bugging out and you need to get out of sight, you need to know how to make a shelter. You need to know how to do a basic underground shelter on the cheap with a good camping shovel. This is not a good example, but I'll show you. I'll show you. All in good time. Flashlights are invaluable, even in the city when the power goes out. Being able to protect yourself, keep yourself dry. Basic food, compact food, as well as food that you can eat right away by just adding hot water. And of course, having things to cook with, knowing how to get from point A to point B, having more than one thing to cook with, maybe having a little backup here. Here's the emergency fishing kit. Haven't used it yet. In a desperate situation, I'm sure I would figure out a way to use the emergency fishing kit. And I'm sure it wouldn't be too difficult to dig a little bit and get some live worms. So let me know what you would add to this. Again, I've gone through so many items in my life, lost items, have had to get items again. This item has been around for the long haul, and I appreciate that. Let me know down in the comment section some of the things that you're thinking about. And on a side note, this is a great time to buy affordable stuff on Amazon.com. They have a Prime Day sale coming up on the 15th of July. As we see an artificially high dollar, as we see low silver prices, as we see the Chinese stock market popping, this is a time to do some shopping for maybe some much needed survival prepper gear. And in a couple weeks or so, or a month, I'm going to be reviewing some new products that I have recently ordered and I am expected to get soon. And some of those items you're going to see at my own store at offgridco.com, and I'll announce that when it's online. Thanks for watching. Alex Answer here, signing off from sunny Southern Colorado.